Hello friends. Generally, I avoid making videos on controversial topics because it doesn't serve any purpose. It only left you more pissed off. But this video is, I think I should make because here I can offer some suggestion also that how you can avoid this. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the biggest government sponsor scam which is happening every year and nobody even aware about that. The worst, it is happening by the same government which basically should protect us, should protect the taxpayers. So let's understand what is this scam and how it happens. Now, what happened every year? Almost 7.5 crore people file their income tax returns. Most of them don't pay taxes, but they file their income tax returns. Now, what happened? Some chunk of that, for example, 5%, 2%, or 3% of that, they receive some kind of notice or demand notice from government, from income tax department, where the amount of demand 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, something like that. Now, understand, somebody say it may be very legible, but it is not legible. In most of cases, it is the demand which is calculated purposely to get money. Now, the concept is very simple. If as a taxpayer I will receive a demand for very small amount, say 5,000, 10,000, I will not approach any CA. Most likely I'm going to pay it up. So what happened? Just if you calculate like 7 crore people are filing return, 7.5 crore. Even if I go by 10% or 5%, it approximately 70 to 80 lakh people receive this kind of small budget demands, 5,000 to 10,000 rupees. And almost 70-80% of them pay that without any complaint. Now, if you go to Google or go to calculator and calculate that 5,000 rupees, or suppose average we take 8,000 rupees, multiplied that 70 lakh, you will understand how big this scam is happening. Now, the first thing, why the income tax department do that? So the simple thing, they get extra lot, like maybe 50,000 or something, 40,000 crore, you can calculate and tell me. They get this money without any hesitation. Now they increase the capital gain by 12.5%, and there are a lot of kickback and a lot of people have complained, and finally they have to roll back that provision from selling of property. So now understand, it is very hard to get directly money, so they do this indirectly, but anyhow it is a scam. Even it is done by a government department, it is a scam because they basically don't require this money. Now what happened, lots of people don't pay that, they just don't pay that. They think, okay, fine, the income tax department may forget about it. But what happens in that case is they generally keep that demand into their income tax portal, and when their next time their refund arises, they simply deduct. So now understand, everything is with the government, right? From sending a demand to adjusting against the next year refund. So even you don't pay up, still they will recover it. Now you can say simply why people don't approach a CA or somebody, because understand, if somebody approaches a CA, replying to such notices or demand will be more costly than replying and then paying this such demands. So for example, if you reach out to any CA, at least they will charge 45,000, 50,000 rupees for any kind of notices or demand, appeal against demand. So it doesn't make sense. So most of people quietly pay that, and some people who don't pay their government generally or income tax department recover from their legible refunds. Now, some of you who are aware about income tax, they will say, sir, it is possible that it is interest. So let me tell you, the interest calculation in India itself is very complicated, right? If you are aware, you pay almost 36% of interest if you miss out paying 100% of your taxes before 31st March. Now, that 100% of taxes you have to calculate in advance. Now, this is another problem which we as a CA face, because see, understand, if you are a salaried person, you may be aware that okay, fine, this much income I am going to earn, and generally your company directly deduct that much amount before paying you any salary. But suppose if I'm a professional, I'm a doctor, how I can calculate on 1st of April that how much I'm going to make earn till 31st March of next year? It's not possible. So always, if you see, there will be miss out of paying 100% taxes in advance, and then they make this thing like you end up paying 36% interest, almost 3% interest per month, 1% interest in three different sections. So understand, it is more cost. It is not a interest. It is a penalty of being a taxpayer. Even credit card company doesn't charge that much, and lots of time we make a lot of human cry, and government charges almost 90% people. This is a second scam. 90% of people end up paying some sort of interest if they have not pay 100% of your taxes by 31st March. This is ridiculous, and this is happening. Now, this is the controversy, this is the complaint. What is the solution? How I can save myself from this kind of problems? So the first thing is that, of course, it's difficult, but if you are paying taxes more than 10,000 in a year, always remember to calculate an advance tax. So every year we pay 4 times advance tax if you are not a salaried person. So if you're a salaried person, generally your company takes care. But again, ensure that you tell your company your all income. And if you are making some other income, for example, capital gain or like sale of shares and all, just ensure before 15th of March you pay your taxes on additional income which you are earning, right? Which you have not reported or which you are not aware. So always pay before 15th March, or maximum by 31st of March you pay your 100% of taxes, even on the income which is not regular. For professionals and businessmen, it is always advisable, if you have paid, just check your income tax return. If last year you have paid some sort of interest, then, or which is more than 10 20,000 rupees, and if you really bother about 10 20,000 rupees, you value them. So just ensure one thing: every year we pay 4 times advance tax, in 15 July, then 15 September, then 15 December, and by 15 March. So always ensure you do some sort of calculation, and if you feel the income is more, you pay that just to avoid 36% of interest. This is the first advice I can give you. Second advice: if you receive any notice which is even small and you feel it is like ridiculous, it is not right, the department is sending that just to harass you, you can send all those notices to us. We will not charge, we'll check that. If there is not your mistake, if that is not your problem, we will fight a case and appeal for that demand or whatever you say. Okay, we will ensure that my team file some kind of reply or appeal, or maybe some kind of rectification, so that you don't have to pay up, and we will not charge anything. Always say this is a kind of from my side to all taxpayer who are building this nation in true sense. They are the true warrior who are really making this country great again. Except, like, if you forget about people who are just talking about it and doing nothing about this country. So I will help you to sort out those penalties or those kind of demands which unnecessarily department has levied on you. Now, last thing before I close, some people may ask, sir, why you are talking this way negatively about the income tax department? Now understand, the department has a lot of power, and they are basically the collection agent of the government of India. They are not working for taxpayer; they are working for government of India, and their, you can say, their efficiency is judged by how much tax they collected, not the way how they collected the taxes. So even falsely or rightly or wrongly, if they're collecting taxes, it is fine with that. Even they got immunity from government, because understand, I will give simple example. If a police officer, he files a wrong FIR, the court has right to suspend him. But if an income tax officer passes a wrong demand order which harass the like taxpayer and nothing recovers, ultimately the taxpayer wins that case. There is no provision in income tax to punish that income tax officer. He goes scot free because he is working on behalf of government. So he's always got this kind of immunity, and this I'm against with, because if department have this kind of tendency where they feel the taxpayer is only born on this earth to pay taxes to them, I think it should be rectified. They should be reasonable. They issue demand. They should penalize people who are not paying taxes, but they should not harass people or do this kind of scam just to get away with extra tax, which is most of the cases goes into wasteful management of money. So that's all in this video, friend. If you like this video, please share with all those people who got this any kind of small demand or some kind of proceeding from the government. If they are true, if they have not done anything wrong, I promise from my of my side, I will file appeal. I will file a notice reply without any charges for all of you. That's all in this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.